everybody, and welcome to another episode of Main Character Syndrome. I'm your host, Cheesymanfredo, aka Alfredo Morales, and with me here, as of always, is Julian, my Julian. Say hello, Julian.
Hello.
He's my co-host. This is the Julian era of the podcast, and that's Julian right there. And with me here, we got another round of guests. We got ourselves Buff and Michael. Say hello, Buff and Michael.
Hello. No, wait.
Hello.
He said hello, Buff. He said say hello, Buff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I'm Buff. That's why I would go. Okay.
Yeah. Go.
Should I go?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever you guys want.
I'm Buff. I'm one of the members of Gangfight, and enigmatic web Illuminati. I am the third highest ranking member, and yeah. I mean, is there anything else I should say? Should I say like where I'm from?
If you want, but
I'm
before you
from
say
the United States of America.
That's cool. Michael, what's up with you? What are you about? Are you also part of this so-called gang fight group, quote unquote?
So-called what?
Gang fight web Illuminati.
It's not so-called gang fight. This is, it's got this whole. Well, yeah. So my name is Michael Neptune. I'm a Disney aficionado, big fan of Disney, and I contribute to gang fight on the culture side. So I'm the culture expert. I'm ranked about 79th right now, so I'm glad to get some more facing time.
There's only 34 members, but you start in the negatives. So you start at rank. Yeah, it's
a complex system. I'm just trusting the system. I trust the system.
Why is this a group? What's the deal? What's the deal with that? That's what I'm wondering. Because only one of you.
I mean, collectivism is the collectivism.
Yeah, collectivism is great.
It's like
collectivism is great, but I'm just wondering why Buff here is the only one with the gang fight at.
I didn't realize that this was an expose.
But you need to have like a social. You need like a social. I didn't
know this was 60 minutes. We were sitting in the hot seat.
Yeah. Is Buff over here?
Wife.
Is Buff over here? Are you the face of the group?
He's the heel of the group.
Michael, you got to calm down with the responses, okay? Look, I can handle this one, okay? I can handle this.
All right.
I can handle this.
All right, you go.
Am I the face of the group? Is that the question?
Yeah. Are you the face of the group?
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay.
I disagree.
Okay, Michael disagrees. There's some disagreement among the group.
Well. Once again,
Buff thinks that just because he has control of the gang fight Discord, like that's anything.
There's no gang fight Discord.
Give me a
Michael
break.
Neptune is ranked 79th. I'm ranked 3rd. So we'll just accept that as the final answer, right? We'll see whose answer is more definitive. Anyways, moving on. Next question.
Okay. You said there's 34 members in gang fight. Are the members anyone noteworthy online? Are there any like well-known members out and about?
We have some well-known former members, but all the current members are disappointments. They've yet to prove themselves. So
former members.
Yeah.
Are the former members anyone that are like relevant online?
Janis Joplin.
All right. Yeah, I can see the group's been going on since forever then.
No, I think Gangfight as a brand started, I think, in 2010, but we really didn't hunker down and form formally until like 2016, 2017. What do
you mean by brand?
I think your mic is dropping sometimes.
Yeah, it does that sometimes. That's my bad.
Oh no,
it's okay. That's why we're doing this in audio.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you have to go. You know what? Edit out me saying your mic drops sometimes.
No, you know what? I'm gonna, lower my sensitivity. So
also, I'm not gonna tell you how to do your job. You can leave it in. Yeah. You do you. I'll do me. You leave it in. Are we allowed to swear on this podcast?
Yeah, go ahead.
You do whatever the heck you want.
Got you.
You say fart on
Yeah,
this
we say
podcast?
fart. We say freak. We say freak. We say flip. We say flop.
PP?
One time I was
We
at my
sound
friend's house and we were watching an action movie, and his little brother, he was like 11 years old, he came down the stairs and he yelled. He's like, "Sheesh, guys, what the heck is this freaking show?" And it was real funny.
That kid's got a Midwestern accent.
I remember LOLing.
That kid is in jail
That
now.
kid's in jail now for swearing too much, for having a potty mouth, I assume.
Yep. Just like Robert Blake.
So Janis Joplin, is she dead? She's dead, right?
Yeah, she died like at
she passed
24,
away.
I think.
She was
Yeah.
she was promoting one of the Gangfight projects and died of a heroin overdose, I think.
Yeah, she was really excited about our upcoming comic, E2 Pizza, which is about the Little Caesars mascot having depression, and she was trying to get in the mindset of Little Caesar by overdosing on heroin, and unfortunately, it didn't work. And
So Gang Fight.
Yeah,
You guys make comics.
Yeah, well,
Is
comic and web art. We do just like digital media as a whole.
And you guys been doing it since 2010, is what you're saying?
So I've been doing comics personally. The predecessor to Gangfight was a project called SB Board, which was it was like a comics anthology that released a new comic every single day. And
there's some famous people
it's true. Like
that, right?
Mr. Yes, the creator of Headscop, he was a member of that.
That's interesting.
And that's not a joke, by the way. That
have you heard of that? Do you know what that is?
Yeah,
That's
that one's not
thing.
a joke. Johnny Panic, he's still out there. He's still doing stuff. Is there anyone else who's well known from SB Board?
Not that.
Yeah, I guess Tyler, but Tyler's on Roblox.
From the Rivals, but those people don't count.
Yeah, these are a lot of names I don't really recognize. Guys,
that's fine. We have Jack Black. He's going to be in the Mario movie. He was a member as well. But that was the predecessor to Gangfight, and it was just comics. And then what was the question?
You guys, well, what exactly does Gangfight do?
What do we do?
The overall question.
Digital media. So we got like, ever since.
Plus, there's the crime division.
Yeah, no, I mean here. So basically, we just make art on the computer. A lot of cool. HTML, JavaScript, and then comics, because that's what we like doing.
That's cool.
Michael Neptune does music, and so a lot of our stuff has music incorporated. Like we did a comic last Halloween that has like an audio track to it. Just things like that.
Where do you guys upload this? Like on Itch and shit, or just post it online?
On gang-fight.com. Gang-fight.com.
Do you guys get a lot of traffic on the site?
Not really. No, most of our audience is on Twitter. Most of our on-site traffic is, I wrote a tutorial on how to run sorry, I have a stutter. So if I stutter,
that's fine.
I'm not having a seizure or a stroke. I'm stuttering. If you want to edit it out, you can. If you don't want to edit it out, that's okay too. But I wrote a...
We're going to add in extra stutters. We're going to make you sound extra stuttery, to be honest.
You can do that. It would be kind of exciting. I have a very enigmatic energy to me, and I feel like I want every sentence I say to have as much suspense as possible.
Buff, are you nervous?
Why do you think I'm nervous?
I don't know. Are you nervous?
No, I'm not nervous.
No.
Okay.
Cool. I stutter when I'm not nervous, to be quite honest. I stutter when I'm excited.
I think you're doing good. I think you should start a podcast, Buff. You got that energy.
Okay, what would my podcast be called?
I don't know. Gang Fight Podcast.
I don't like
it. Easy. Boom.
I don't like it.
Well, gee whiz. You guys picked the name.
I would name my podcast.
What do you do?
I make comics too.
Yeah, I just read your comic.
Oh, you read?
Is anybody famous in your
in my Cheesymanfredo server?
Just like Cheesymanfredo. Is anyone famous?
No, not too famous.
Who's the most famous person?
Who's the most famous person I know? Fuck. Damn. Who do I?
It's Dave Chappelle, dude. It's Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle. Yeah, me and Dave.
Dave Chappelle.
Yeah. See, that's the problem. All the famous people I know are like transphobic, but that wasn't on purpose. It was just I was friends with them, and then they so happened to become transphobic. Yeah, me, Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, I think
J.K. Rowling.
The other transphobes.
Just kidding, Rowling. Just kidding, Rowling.
Roseanne Barr.
Yeah, all of them. I was friends with them first before trans people even existed. So, oopsie.
Well, trans people have always existed.
True. Right. Exactly. They were hidden from us.
Hidden Figures.
About trans, yeah.
No, so when I first saw the trailer for Hidden Figures, I made a joke to my sisters that that movie is about like Russian dolls, and it's about like these women who stack inside of each other. Gone to the moon. And so every time I see,
they're Soviet spies.
Yeah,
they're Soviet spies that do the little
women.
Yeah, they do the little dolls that they go into each other, and they snuck one on the spaceship, and that's how they got onto the moon.
Yeah, they hide inside each other. How long is this podcast? Is it 3 hours long?
No, it's an hour long. It could go a little bit over.
Let's extend it. Let's make it a little bit longer.
We could go like.
We should do a special
like 1:30.
Let's talk about like what did you think of Roe v. Wade?
It was awful that it was overturned.
Michael, you need to turn it down a bit. Michael,
you didn't.
Michael, you gotta turn it down.
You didn't think. Oh, I'm too loud now.
No. You gotta turn it down emotionally. Yeah.
Oh,
it's funny.
Yeah.
It's funny that the last episode of this podcast before
I gotta go in 5 minutes. By the way,
that's okay.
What'd you just say? What did you say?
He said he had to go. And all right. Well,
let's hear it.
So the last episode is a lost episode actually, because I lost all the audio files because my computer crashed and deleted 80% of my work.
Oh, dude. If that happens to this episode,
shout out to the crash.
It'll be the death of me.
It won't happen to this episode because we got Craig, we got Julian. Shout out Craig. We're good. We got all the necessary
shout out Craig from
precautions.
Degrassi.
Yeah, exactly.
Is Craig part of the LGBT? I noticed the bear. Is that a?
I don't know. I think
that's a very obvious gay signifier.
Wait a second. Isn't that that's cool? That's a South Park reference. Craig.
What is?
No, it's a Degrassi reference.
No, there's a bear. I think Cartman had a teddy bear named Craig.
No, there's a bear in Degrassi named Craig, and he has incredible sperm.
Yes.
How many girls did Craig get pregnant? 2 or just 1?
1, I think. But he does date quite a few women, and it is canon that he has a big dick.
Yeah, that's true because
because they see it in the
JT says it, and then he starts joking,
and then JT goes and dude,
that's iconic, dude.
Never seen the Grousey.
You've never seen Degrassi?
No, never seen it.
Ask us anything about Degrassi. Yeah.
Do you know what it is?
It's like a
what it is?
It's like a teenager melodrama series or something, right?
Yeah.
Sure, but it actually started out as a PSA show in the 80s in Canada. So it was like a after school. Yeah, exactly. Julian gets it. And it was something they would show in schools and stuff, and it would be like, here's a lesson about if you have sex you might get pregnant, or whatever.
And the first few seasons are really good.
2000.
And then it peaks so it's really good up until I want to say season 5. And then it takes a dip up until like season 8 or 9.
Oh, you're talking about the 2000s?
Yeah. Next Gen is really good.
She get,
Next Generation. That's where
comes
Drake,
in.
Yeah,
Canadian
Audrey.
rapper. He's in the 2000s.
Yeah,
And the next
Jimmy.
You guys are big Degrassi heads.
Yeah.
From what I'm hearing.
So Gangfight started as a Degrassi fan club, and then we said, well, we all like violence and we all like art. Let's start a gang. And so then we started a gang. We all got matching jackets, and here we are today.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Actually, I guess the most famous member of Gangfight is Mike Lobel, right?
Yeah.
The guy
Jay
who plays,
Hogarth, yeah.
Jay Hogarth in Degrassi, The Next Generation.
You know, there
I'm
are a
trying
lot
to
of
get-
people out there who probably are looking for like networking opportunities and ways to work with other artists. Does Gangfight have any applications that like our listeners might be able to take advantage of?
What if our listeners want to join Gangfight? What do they got to do?
That's a really good question. And Michael, if you don't mind, I'll handle this one. Is that okay?
Yeah.
We do require a blood oath. Are you familiar with blood oaths?
Yeah, I'm familiar. I have blood. Yeah, I have that in me.
Yes.
Of course, I'm familiar.
Yes. So typically we require blood oaths from new applicants, but unfortunately, registrations are closed. We do have internships opening up over the summer though. So look for that on LinkedIn. I think the job type is under gang activity.
Is there like a Gangfight HQ?
Yeah,
Like
gang
your headquarters?
Oh, wait, like in real life?
Yeah, like is there a physical location where you guys congregate?
I think we did at one point, right, Michael? There was one in the canon. I don't remember it. I genuinely
I'm not
don't
sure.
remember.
See, this is why you guys need a podcast. Keep track of all this stuff.
Well, I think we just need a wiki.
Yeah.
You guys need to like get all your members, all 34, get them into one call, record the call. There's your podcast.
It'd be
Boom.
really noisy.
Do it
Especially if Janice
bi-weekly.
brings her guitar.
A little avant-garde.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'd have to do a seance to try to get some of the dead members included.
That would be cool,
you know?
actually.
Because we do include the dead members.
Yeah, living members, there's only a handful.
You know, they still are part of the gang.
like you make them sound contracts that said even if you die, technically you're not an ex-member, you're still a part of it.
Well, I feel like
situation.
I feel like you have to
It's
assume
kind of the as long as the blood oath.
That's what the blood oath does.
As long as it persists within a living member, so you do the blood oath, and then that blood.
Yeah,
will
so
continue into a
you have
living
to
member,
assume
and the
that
other living member does
that
that
gang
blood oath.
violence, or well, it's not even it's not even violence. It's about doing things as a group, right? A lot of times you hear the word gang and you think, oh, they're robbing stores or they're attacking other gangs. No. Gangs, in the biblical sense, we do charity, we do art. We play video games.
Like in the Bible. Like in the Bible said you play video games.
Yeah, exactly. Like Noah. But anyways, so we firmly believe that gangs goes beyond this life. And so we include those members in the gang because we all know that they're in heaven or hell. We don't discriminate.
It's kind of like Al Qaeda.
It's a lot like Al Qaeda, actually.
Yeah, because I mean,
it's a lot like
they suicide bomb themselves, but doesn't mean that when you die, you're not a member of Al Qaeda. You still are. You're just dead now, right? Yeah, it works like that.
Mm-hmm.
Have you gone through Osama bin Laden's didn't they release a bunch of his
It's like Drive.
He had
have you gone through that?
Yeah.
I heard about some of the funnier things that were in it, like episodes of Naruto.
Yeah,
that he had in there.
Yeah, and he was into Wild World as well, the Animal Crossing game.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a save file. I really wish the CIA would release the Osama bin Laden.
It should be like when they declassify certain information, they should declassify the what's it called, Wild World?
Animal Crossing Wild World.
There was a text document that said that the group Avalanche from Final Fantasy VII actually inspired the 9/11
Is that true?
attacks.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Nah, no, because
Yeah, he played Final Fantasy VII.
Avalanche is so cool, dude.
no, I think
I wish it were true. I could just imagine
The World Trade Centers
this
were like
old
the
guy.
Stop. Okay, I'm out.
There were-
Stop.
there were,
no. I believed you, dude.
there was terrorist attacks before 9/11.
Let's look.
So it's
Let's take it back on
Name
track.
one.
We have a firm.
Name
We have a
one.
firm. So me and
When they held-
and Michael,
Yeah.
we used to do live streams on Twitch, and we had 4 rules. The first of which was don't be horny. And that doesn't have to apply to this because we had a problem in our live streams where guys kept jacking off. They kept showing up and jacking off. And I don't want that to happen
stream?
here. Obviously,
on Twitch,
yeah, do it on
It
your
must be
own.
like-
own time. Do it
it
on
must
your
be
own
like-
time.
early Twitch, because they don't allow any of that stuff.
No, it was last year, and
No, you can definitely.
yeah, you can jack off
on
anywhere.
Twitch.
And the second rule was don't condone terrorism because we kept doing that. Yeah, so I do want to bring that back.
But that rule doesn't apply.
I feel like it should apply.
Here.
I feel like why is every time I do like a thing, do we end up talking about terrorism? Like I think that's a bad. I don't want that to follow me. You know what I mean?
It's a primal feeling.
Well, yeah, but you don't listen to a podcast and like hear someone else be like, "So terrorism." Like no other. I've listened to a lot of podcasts, right? And
I've heard
What,
of podcasts.
not very often.
What's a podcast you listen to? Buff, give us a list of podcasts you're into.
Okay. I'll pull up my phone right now. I like your Kickstarter suck. I think those guys are really funny.
Mm-hmm.
I like I listen to iFanboy just because those are the only guys who talk about the new Marvel releases. And
the comics.
Yeah, comic books.
Nice.
I like Podcast The Ride. They talk about theme parks. QAnon Anonymous is very good. They talk about they kind of like debunk like American myths and conspiracy theories.
Nice.
And, I think that's very interesting. I used to listen to a podcast called The Gutter Boys, but they pissed me off, so I stopped listening to the Gutter.
The Gutter Boys, I hear about them all the time.
They were cool at one point, but they just like they don't love it anymore, you know. And now they're just kind of doing it like out of spite or momentum. I don't know why they're still doing it, but they clearly don't love it, and they see it as like an obligation, and it just sucks to listen to.
Yeah. No, I feel that when that happens to people where they just do shit out of an obligation, not because
exactly.
they necessarily enjoy it.
I don't believe in doing anything out of obligation. I think if you're doing something out of obligation, you should stop doing it.
What about like responsibilities, like taking out the trash or washing the dishes? Those are like obligations, right?
This is a sensitive subject. Because of the laundry.
Look, we don't have to bring up like all the old lore. Okay, Michael.
All right.
This is interesting. No, I find this very interesting.
Gangfight fans are familiar. There was a scandal once. We were doing a stream, and my wife came in. She asked me for help with the laundry, and I said no because I was streaming. And then like everyone in chat started yelling at me because I was happy my wife did the laundry.
They like immediately turned on you.
Yeah. And it's like,
Oh god, this is epic. This is awesome.
Look at this
I
guy.
don't think it's
He's
awesome.
too busy streaming to help his wife with the laundry.
No,
Yeah.
I mean it sucks.
they were
It
like, stop
sucks.
streaming and do the laundry. I'm like, man, I don't do anything out of obligation. You know, but like, I feel like, I don't know. Maybe this is kind of a cop out, but I feel like with like the trash and chores with stuff like that, right? You're not doing it out of obligation. You're doing it because you want the end result. Because you don't want the your house to smell like trash. You know?
Yeah, true.
If you're just doing it because you have to do it, that's like, then don't do it. But then you'll learn. You know. Yes. I like where I'm going with this. If you think you're only doing the trash out of obligation, stop taking out the trash, because then you'll learn why you take out the trash and you'll appreciate doing it more.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, exactly. Just like if you don't know why you wipe your ass after you shit, just stop wiping your ass.
Yeah, exactly. Stop doing it.
You'll learn why you have to do those things. You know
exactly. Or maybe you find out that not wiping works for you, and then bada bing, bada boom, you're saving a ton of money.
Yeah,
but you only learned that because you stopped doing it out of obligation. Don't do anything because you think you have to. Only do things that you want to do.
True. That's yeah.
I think that
actually helps me with something I've been stuck on for a while. There's that front end for emulation that people use, RetroArch. And for the longest time, I've been boycotting it because I think, I can't use RetroArch because the people who run RetroArch are, as far as I've been made to aware, very mean people.
They are. They're a bunch of assholes.
I'm approaching it wrong.
Oh, the transphobes. Yeah.
I do hate RetroArch though, just because I think it does a mediocre job emulating it, and I think the UI. I think the UI can suck my dick. If I'm being completely honest, it's completely. I
kind of love the UI.
You love it?
Yeah, I'm a cross media bar truther.
I think the best UI ever created was probably the Nintendo Wii with all those screens on it.
Oh, the little TV screens.
I think there needs to be more buttons.
Less menus, more buttons.
More buttons wouldn't.
More knobs.
Yeah. More buttons wouldn't hurt.
This is all. It's all.
I freaking
Jobs'
hate Steve
fault.
Jobs, dude.
Like one guy is like, you know what? I don't like buttons, and then all of a sudden, everyone's like,
and if he's so smart, then why isn't he alive?
Now there's no buttons.
Yeah. Why is he got his own dumbass dead? You know the story.
Oh, everything needs to be white. Everything needs to be white, and it should be looking like a whiteboard at all times with circles, and everything needs to be shiny. No,
I only eat fruit.
Yep.
Fruit sucks.
No, thank you.
Actually, fruit is really good. I don't want to.
My brain is so
fruit sucks. Yeah, fruit.
I like fruit.
Fruit is awesome, but if you have cancer, eating fruit ain't gonna help you.
No.
Just letting you know that right now.
No, it's not. But I'm the ethos of our group, Gangfight, is very much the opposite of Apple's, right? Because Apple's is very
keeps the doctor away.
Just hold your tongue and say Apple.
Oh, that's funny.
Apple.
Okay, yeah. I just
you say asshole.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty crazy, dude.
That's pretty insane. Nice little trick. Drop my fucking pen because I'm doodling.
Wait. I saw one the other day.
Important message.
Oh, it was that 3.14 mirrored as pi is the word pi. Thought that was kind of interesting.
That's a classic.
Mirror?
Yeah, flipped.
Yeah, I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
Oh, flip.
That's something that Elon would tweet about and be like, "Whoa, mind blowing. This is crazy."
I fucking hate that guy.
Let me tell you about Gangfight and Apple.
Of, image stealing.
Apple is very much about refining things down to the bare essentials, right? And really polishing everything until it's essentially nothing. If they made a bread, it would be if they made a sandwich, it would essentially be bread with no crust, none at all. It would be a perfect circle, and there would maybe be a cucumber on it. And
have you ever seen those Smucker's Uncrustables?
Yeah, those are kind of cool, actually. I don't want to diss those. Yeah, I was as I was explaining that, I was I'm about to, I'm basically just explaining an Uncrustable.
Yeah.
And those are kind of cool. So I added the cucumber.
Well, there's a heart to the Uncrustables, While what you were trying to describe was something soulless, and I mean I get it. I understand where you're trying to go. Yeah.
And if you look at the internet today, since no one has any ideas, right? Everyone's just ripping off someone who's more successful than them because they assumed that they figured it out. And so Gangfight is all about, and I'm not saying that you do this, but I'm saying more artists, more web developers need to do this, where just figure shit out yourself, right? Because don't assume that anyone knows more than you, but don't assume that anyone knows less either. Just figure it out for yourself and do your thing. I was trying to draw like other individuals for so long and failing until I realized, well, I'm failing to draw like these other individuals because I'm not those other people. I'm me. So I started drawing like me, and that's when I found success.
That's pretty good.
But does that make any sense?
Lesson.
I don't know if I make any sense ever.
I think you're talking about experience.
Well, I'm not just talking about experience. I'm talking about like experimentation, right? Don't just assume that what's popular is the best, especially for you, because
usually never is.
Yeah, well, yeah, and like I'm not trying to diss like what's popular, but I'm saying that, and I'm not saying you, Cheesy, but I'm saying you are not popular. You're not popular, so stop trying to be popular. Be you. And I'm not saying, Cheesy, you're not popular, but you know what I'm saying? No one ever became popular by chasing what was popular. They became popular by being themselves, the most successfully they could be.
Okay, well,
does that make any sense?
I guess it makes sense, but I don't think I agree with that. I think there's plenty of examples of people chasing popular stuff and becoming popular.
Who?
Merriweather.
Who's the boxer?
Who is that?
Floyd Merriweather? The boxer?
No, you ever heard of Merriweather?
Who's Merriweather? Not famous. Next.
He's about to probably get an anime in a year from now.
Oh man.
He's a Republican animator?
Who's the?
I'd say Jack Kirby was always chasing popular things.
No, suck my dick, dude. No,
Jack Kirby's like
Jack's the goat. No, dude. Yeah, Jack. Jack was like, oh, everyone likes Machine Man. Oh, I better do Machine Man.
No.
Devil Dinosaur? You think Jack Kirby was like, oh, kids these days love Devil Dinosaur?
No, Jack Kirby was like, oh, kids like dinosaurs. Okay, I'll come up with a dinosaur character. Boom, there's my dinosaur character.
No, but he
did. Did you not read? Did you not read the epic? Wait. Did you not read the epic life of Jack Kirby? That book.
What's the epic life of Jack Kirby?
Who wrote that? Who wrote
it's
that?
A biography.
Is it a comic book?
Wait, do you know
who wrote that?
Yeah, do you know who Tom Scioli
Not real
is?
literature. Not real literature. Give me a real book.
Fake.
I want a real.
Do you guys
book.
know who Tom Scioli is?
Who?
You don't know who person. Next. Who's the next person?
Wait, what do you mean you got one more person, motherfuckers? This is my podcast, Michael.
One more person. Look,
you got one more chance.
Look, when we're on the
podcast, who is it?
When we're on the Gangfight podcast, then you can give me.
It's about to give me my podcast after I win this debate.
This is the Gangfight podcast.
When we're on the Gangfight podcast, y'all could give me the limits of how many motherfuckers I can bring up. But once that happens, I'm gonna say as many fucking names as I want. Because this is my fucking podcast.
It's gonna be.
I'm the main character, motherfucker. That's why it's called main character syndrome.
FCS.
And you guys know this is unrelated, off topic. Do you guys know Tom Scioli?
No, I don't know who that is. Should I Google him?
He's a cartoonist. He's cool. His art style. He very much like is kind of like a modern Kirby. Like he's just one for one, kind of like.
How do you spell that?
It's Tom. Scioli.
You have that memorized?
I mean, I'm looking at it. I have like 5 of his books. So,
yo, Michael, you might like this actually. He is just ripping off Jack, though. He's ripping off Jack, but you know, if you're gonna rip someone off, Jack's not that guy to rip off.
I'll tell you this. Tom Scioli is kind of insane. He's kind of crazy when he comes up with ideas. He kind of just throws everything to the wall. Because he was doing like
name one good idea he's had. Name one
good idea he's had. American Barbarian's pretty good. He was the artist for Transformers vs. G.I. Joe, and that's like chock filled with like good ideas. That is
you're putting it out right now, but yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at that right now. Look, it looks kind of sick.
Yeah, his stuff is great. I mention him all the time on the podcast.
He's like I've seen this one before. I've seen this pic. I'm gonna post it in the chat. Don't tell the podcast listeners what it is because it's a picture of a. Well,
wait, post it in the VC chat. Post it in the VC chat.
I can't upload it in general. That's inappropriate.
Oh, because that's how I keep track of what images to post on the video.
Oh, there's a video? There's a video?
Oh, there's a video.
This is mostly a video podcast.
You said I could be shirtless while we recorded this.
Yeah, you could do that. because we're not gonna see your fucking face or your body.
Yeah, you're gonna see my little body.
Was Edward Snowden on this?
Wait, what was that?
Podcast? Edward Snowden?
No, he was booked. Yeah.
How about Fletcher Hanks? You like Fletcher?
That sounds
Hanks?
familiar.
Who's Fletcher Hanks?
Is he a cartoonist?
He did Stardust.
Oh yeah,
Super Wizard.
that motherfucker is booked until eternity because he's fucking dead.
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
You never heard of Stardust the Super Wizard?
Yeah, you do.
Is that like a funk band
Stardust.
or something?
He's like an old school like golden era superhero.
It's the big guy who like
he does a bunch of insane wacky shit.
Remember he like grabs a guy's head.
Oh,
he
yeah.
literally turns a guy into a
yeah, I have seen that and it's pretty sick.
He turns a guy into a Goomba.
It's pretty sick.
Because he dared fucking like stand against him.
You know, let's bring it back on track, folks. So earlier I was saying, you know, you're never going to become successful doing what's popular. And look, Cheesy, I'll admit it. Maybe I was wrong, right? Maybe I was wrong.
Yes.
No, don't just definitively say that I was wrong. So maybe I was wrong.
Okay.
But
all right. But maybe
also, you know, the thing with doing what's popular is everyone's doing that, right? Everyone's trying to chase what's popular. But the only person who can do you is you. And so that's, I think, is another great reason for why you should find what makes you tick, find what you love, and do that instead of chasing popularity. Because plus, are you disagreeing with me again? Okay,
I'm going to disagree with you in a couple minutes, but go on, Michael.
Oh my gosh.
So what I think too is that popularity as a standard and measuring popularity as being kind of the golden thing that you strive for is also kind of one of the downfalls of being a creative.
That's a great point.
Because when you chase and focus that, then it's all you focus on. And you stop kind of focusing on the craft, because I think popularity and gaining popularity in itself is its own craft.
Yeah.
Right. And you're using your craft energy on something that isn't the craft that you care about, presumably, you know, assuming that like, you know, you're making something you care about. So when you start splitting that, you're not putting everything into the thing that you're creating, because you're putting some of that, maybe not all of your energy, but more of that energy into trying to be popular. Because at the end of the day, you know, being popular is all about the chase of capital, and the chase of capital is incongruent with being creative.
I would say, it's not only incongruent, but I feel like it's the opposite, right?
That reminds me of a conversation I had with someone the other day. They were looking at my tracked.tv account, which I use to track like episodes of shows I watch and movies. And they said, wow, look at this guy, 0 followers. And I'm like, I don't care about getting followers on Tracked. I have a website. Like, that's where all of my energy goes to, getting people on the website.
That's true. And
you got 0 followers on Letterboxd.
That's what I was fucking thinking too. Like, who cares? This isn't a popularity content. I'm just here to keep track of my movies.
And Jules, I gotta say, we were looking at your website before the episode started. Me and Michael, and it's got your ratio on there. And we said, that's a swag flex. That's good shit.
I thought so. I was afraid to put the ratio there, but I thought, I want tracker website invites. I want people to like
it's real clout.
See the ratio and say, hey, I need this guy seeding my shit.
We'll talk about that.
But like going on to that, I feel like, and I'm sorry for stealing the mic from you, Cheesy, because I know you want to vehemently.
No, go ahead. I'm here like every episode, so.
but like ratio, I feel like that's something worth bragging about and worth chasing, because it's something that you did, right? It's something that you put effort into something and you did something, you know?
And it's symbolic of the community and contributing to the community.
Hold on, Michael. Hold on, Michael. Let me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish.
All right, go.
Let me finish.
Go.
A lot of individuals, and I'm guilty of this. We set these goals for ourselves. You know, I want this amount of followers. I want this amount of money. We want, you know, and we set these numbers when really those are numbers that we have no control over, right? Like I can't make someone follow me. I can't make someone send me money. But I can set goals that are, okay, I want to finish this comic or I want to write this script, right? Those are things that I can do. And I think in setting those goals that I'm in control of, that's true fulfillment. You know, like a ratio. A ratio is a beautiful thing because it showed, you know what? I wanted to download a massive file, a massive JPEG of Janet Jackson.
Desperately needed a copy of Transformers Devastation.
Yeah, dude, I have a crap ratio on CG. I should have a good one, but I wanted to buy, but I not buy. I wanted to steal this movie called I think it was called like I Killed My Daddy or something, and it was awesome. 5 gigs, which on that website is a lot.
Yeah.
I blew it. Yeah. I blew it. Now my ratio is at a 1.2. I'm embarrassed. I look at it every single day, and I feel like shit because I didn't have self-control.
You know what? To be on topic about like I do agree that to an extent. I do agree that there's as artists, we live in a capitalistic society where you need to make. Yeah, unfortunately, that's the shitty part. We live in a capitalistic society, so we have to like make money to stay alive, right? Mm-hmm. And I don't know what kind of artists, and not even necessarily for anyone, not necessarily the people in the podcast, but the audience members themselves, what kind of artists you are. But some of us are in very particular situations, and I've mentioned this before on other podcasts and other episodes with other people, but for example, I'm in a very particular scenario right now with my family that I can't really disclose.
A little behind the scenes.
But what I gotta say,
don't want to.
What I gotta say is that this might as well be my last year where I could try at having an artistic career, right? And that being said, I need to be really gung-ho and only focus on work, on anything art related that can potentially bring in me money and a consistent amount of money, right?
Yeah.
Do you mind if I speak?
Give me one more second. I'm gonna say a little bit. I got a little bit more about this.
Really quick.
Yeah, go.
Michael,
go.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh.
Okay, so
listen, if
wait, I was just kidding. Julian, will you please edit that out? Will you bleep that?
No, keep it in, Julian. Keep it all in.
Julian, bleep that out.
Moral dilemma. I'll figure it out.
Julian,
shut up.
Julian, eventually we're gonna make money off of this.
How much is
eventually we're gonna make money off of this? Eventually.
Another broken promise from Cheese.
Oh. Julian, you do whatever you want. You do what you want. If you're not getting paid, there's nobody.
Yeah, Julian, do whatever you want. What you want to do is what I'm telling you to do.
Julian, don't do what's gonna make you popular. Do what makes you happy. Do what makes you happy. Don't do anything out of obligation. If Jesus wants
follow your artistic flair,
follow the heart of the cards, man.
What if you're that 1,000,000% of people who loves doing popular things? Like that's your calling is to do popular things.
I don't think that's anyone's calling.
No, those people do exist. Those people do exist.
Well, that's it. I think that there is a misunderstanding as to what that means, because I think there are people who are quote unquote called to do popular things, and there are ways that it can be done in an artistic manner, but it's almost always driven by capital.
Right. Why are you doing what you're doing? And I feel like the audience can discern that too.
The goal is more of the product.
Generally.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong. There's nothing inherently wrong with it. right? Like, I think that it is okay for that to exist, and I think it's okay to enjoy it. And I do think that you can, quote unquote, make real art that exists within the frame of being a product that is created within a capitalist society that is, it's for a product, but there's enjoyment, right? Like you enjoy listening to it, or you enjoy looking at it, or you enjoy whatever in regards to it. And I think that that's okay. But I think that in terms of people who are not in that system, like if that's what you want to do, Cheesymanfredo, if you want to be, pop art guy, do it, right? That's what your dream is. But I think that the issue that happens is that there's a muddying of the true sort of creative passion, and the muddying that happens is from these capitalist desires. And I hear what you're saying, right? Like, I understand that we are told that we need capital to live, and doing your job, like, you need a job to live, right? Because it's capitalism and so on. But I do think that when you create as a means to gain that money, most of the time, not all the time, you do lose a bit of the kind of healing or fulfilling piece of it. And I think that, it's okay if you want to do that. But I also think that finding a means to exist in capitalism that can support what you do as an artist, and taking that path, will allow you to create what you want in a way that you feel supported and can craft to the truest of your ability. That's what I think.
Yeah, and I think that's all fine. I think that's all good and dandy. But anyway, I wasn't even done with my point. What I was saying,
he
like,
wasn't
earlier.
even done. Michael, how many times do I got to tell you?
So what I'm saying is that
no, Michael, that was beautifully said. I apologize.
I think in a perfect society, I would want every artist to only make art that's fulfilling to your soul, that, like, that you're putting your heart into it and whatnot, right? That you are embodying yourself in art. In a perfect society, that'd be possible. We don't live in a perfect society.
Yeah.
And the truth of the matter, if you're the kind of person who wants to stay afloat making art, and the reason why I want to stay afloat making art is because I can't imagine myself doing any other kind of job, because if I was working any other kind of job, I would, like, kill myself by now. I would, like, blow out my brains, right? So it's got to be art. It's got to be connected back to making art. And
really quick, what are you gonna do if you don't make it this year, dude?
I think I already said what I'm gonna do.
Come on, Cheesy.
No, I'm not. That's not me.
You don't mean that.
No, I don't mean that. That's a joke. I'm probably just gonna get a real job. I'll still make art, but, like, getting a real job is gonna hamper me in that way. I mean, I'll tell you this. I'm kind of blessed a little already. Like, I'm in this scenario where at least I have one more year left. I could try this. Also, I don't have, like,
you have your
any. Yeah, I don't have any kind of mental disorders, like, because I know depression. I know depression really fucks artists up really hard. Like, I know a lot the cliches, the depressed artists, blah blah blah, but depression, like, really fucks up an artist. Right,
to depression.
We're canceling depression in this podcast. That being said,
wait. Are we shouting them out or are we canceling them?
We're canceling them. We're canceling.
I thought we were shouting them out. I rescind my shout out to depression.
That being said, I'm in a very lucky scenario where I could, like, just focus on making my art.
Did depression say the N-word or something?
When does it not say the N-word? You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Hey,
I would like to call out my abuser, depression.
Yeah,
this has been a long time coming.
Debbie depression over here. Yeah,
I feel like, I used to think the same way, right? Like, I used to talk to my dad in my car, and I remember I said something very similar, but I was like, well, you need to go into something that's not art because you're never going to make money off of art. And I said, well, if that's the case, then I might as well just, like, jump off a bridge or something. And he, like, freaked out. I was like, don't joke about that. It's like, Dad, I'm 16. I don't mean anything I say. Not to diminish. There are teenagers that are hurting out there. All right, folks, and we need to take them seriously.
Shout out to hurting teenagers.
But I feel like it does seem like this kind of like end all be all. Like if I can't make it solely doing art, then I'm a failure as an artist, or like I blew it essentially, right? Like, it feels like a fail state. But I mean, me and Michael, at least, like, the way that we've figured out how to do our art is we found jobs that we're not passionate about, right? But they don't take up too much of our energy. And that's hard because a lot of jobs, they suck everything they can out of you, right? Especially like the easiest jobs to get, they just suck your soul right out. But like, I'm just saying it's possible to find a balance where you can make art and not rely on it financially. Like it is possible. And I guess I'm just saying that like I'm envious of you that like you have this year to really go for it. Like that is sick. Like that.
Yeah. I hope
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, me too.
And like we're rooting for you.
Buster.
But
Appreciate it.
but like if it doesn't happen, you know, like that's not the end of the road. You know,
I know it's not the end of the road. I mean I'm joking about the whole fucking suicide shit.
No,
but...
I mean I'm not like Cheesy's on suicide watch. Like I'm not doing that, but I'm just saying like it's not a reason to even slow down, right? Like it's just a different route.
Yeah.
The thing is that you say that, but I'm also friends with a lot of people who have like jobs that like not even necessarily take too much out of them, but they come home tired and they can't do art, right? And it's like that does kind of hamper you. I'm pretty like lucky in the fact that I can like pump out stuff like really quickly.
That's true, dude. You are a machine right now. You are a machine. Yeah. And that if you have to find a job that will change.
I'll be honest with you though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do think that having a job does get in the way, but I also think that having your time be, you know, what is the
scarce.
You know, because scarcity is a tool of capitalism, right? Like that's how they
I know
make
what you're
things
about to say.
But whenever you have a job, your time becomes scarce, and that scarcity is a motivator. And whenever you do put in the work that you're going to do, you're going to, you know, you work towards it, and there is something there. Because when the pandemic hit, I lost my job and I was still productive, but I wasn't as productive as I am when I have a job, because when I'm done working, I'm like, I got to create stuff. I got to do stuff, and I got to work on things, and I got to, you know, and you got to do those things because that's all you have. That's the only time you have. It's the only chance you have.
Where I thought, oh boy, a vacation. I'm going to work on art all for the whole duration of this thing. I got a bit of a taste of that. Where I realized, oh, okay, there's a balance to this.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Like, I didn't start like really drawing seriously until after I had a kid, just because I had all the time in the world. And then as soon as I had a kid, like I couldn't draw until after he was asleep. And so once he was asleep, it was like, okay, it's draw time, right? Because I'm not going to have another chance.
That being said, and about the whole like scarcity as a motivator, I would argue that like trying to make something popular is kind of a motivator in itself, you know. And I think this is the whole point I was trying to get to, but I keep getting interrupted rudely. But
it's freaking Michael, dude.
Dude,
I invited my entourage on here, and he was a freaking dick. And guess what? You're out of the gang. You're out of the gang, dude. You're out of the gang.
All right, I got it.
Okay, well, what I'm saying is that
really quick. Hold on. Will you grab me a Coke? I'm out of Coke. Will you grab me another one?
Julian, keep this in, please. Keep all this in.
Thank you so much.
I want people to hear this.
That's vanilla Coca-Cola.
I want people to hear this. I really won't keep all this in. This is gold, Julian.
That's one of the interns at the
that being said,
interns, Brendan.
That being said, you know, you want to make the art that like feeds your soul, blah blah blah, right? But it turns out that shit doesn't necessarily sell. Right, like it usually doesn't. It usually like, sure, sometimes it does. Like it hits the spot, blah blah blah.
And when it does sell, it's a beautiful thing.
Think of it like
thank you.
Think of it in gambling terms. That's the fucking exception, right?
That's the jackpot. Yeah.
Yeah, and well, the thing is that like you shouldn't rely on the exceptions, because if you rely on exceptions, you're gonna like fucking fail in like 99% of the fucking time usually. So, that being said, on the other side of the spectrum is all the stuff that's like popular that kind of takes a little bit of your soul every time you make it. Kind of like the artists who just kind of hunkered down and took any kind of industry job. And there's nothing like wrong with that, because in most cases people have like families, or they themselves like they require a lot of money because of maybe health reasons.
When you go to a con though, and it's just like it's just like traced images of like Vegeta. Like,
dude, oh fuck. Dude, let me tell you, the first convention I like was vending at, the guy next to me was selling like the Japanese brush stroke characters.
Mhm.
Like it was literally like the Mario render, but it was drawn in like Japanese paint strokes, right? And I thought that was kind of like, oh wow, this is such like a very like obvious kind of just for like normie bait, whatnot kind of thing, right? That being said, I saw that he had a Devilman one, and I thought, oh, that looks cool, and I'm like, damn it, that's how they get you. He draws like a lot,
dude. He fell for it.
That's how he does it. He like hits a wide net, and eventually he's gonna get someone.
Well, but I feel like that same thing kind of extends to if you're doing your own stuff too, right? Like that being, like if you draw a movie,
Buff, give me. All
right, I'm sorry, Cheesy. I'm sorry, Cheesy. I keep interrupting. There's just so much to say.
Give me what I'm.
No, I'm at the gang. Hell no.
What I'm trying to say is that what you got to do is you got to hit stuff that's like in the middle. And what I mean by that is that you yourself must like certain popular things, right? There's certain like popular things that you're into, right? We're not all we all like we're no contrarian constantly. Like there's things that are mainstream that we like, you know? So what you got to do is like pick that stuff that's mainstream that you like, and then you do your version of it, you know?
Yes, 1000% Cheesy.
That's basically what I was trying to do with like Mick Pagliacci, which is like out now for pre-orders, by the way. You can pre-order right now.
By the way, Cheesy, I read that.
I have my copy.
I read that, and it is absurd, and I don't know how you think that is like not an absurdist piece. Like
oh, it is. I agree. I think it is.
Yeah, it's very, and my mic quality is getting worse as we do this. I'm looking at the Audacity, and there's just like this. It's like underlying bass line. So if my audio is fuzzy right now,
I'm pretty sure I can fix that.
That was Julian's fault, unfortunately.
But yeah. So basically, because like that kind of all stemmed from, because I was trying to see like, oh, what's popular now, and we talked about this in another call, Buff. But it's like, oh, people like stuff like Mr. Boop. They like stuff like Scoob and Shag. They like it when there's a pre-existing character doing something they're not supposed to. I drew a comic about it, which was the Mario smoking weed comic.
Yeah, I didn't like that one.
Yeah, exactly. But people love it. People eat it up. They love it when Mario smokes weed, right? So I had to think, okay, what's my version of this? Like if I were to do this, and in the back of my mind, I'm already a fan of the opera Pagliacci, and I'm like, well, I also like Ronald McDonald too. I like those characters, so it fits. You know, there's enough. Each character has a role in that comic, and it works. You know, and it just kind of like, and they're both kind of clown related. It's a little bit more kind of like, I don't know. I'm not trying to like toot my own horn, but I feel like I'm a little bit more clever about it. With the
more clever than Buff.
No, not Buff. More clever than. I'm gonna say this. I'm a little bit more clever than Scoob and Shag. I'll say this. I'm man enough to say that.
Hold on. Let me Google that, and I'll tell you if it's good or not.
Get Scoob and Shag.
I'll get Scoob and Shag on the pod. We'll debate. Nothing against Scoob and Shag because it might be amazing. I haven't read all of it. It doesn't.
This art's pretty good. Look,
one problem.
Pretty good.
One problem that I don't like about Scoob and Shag and why I dropped it was that like it kind of starts off like Scooby-Doo and Shaggy, and they're like in Silent Hills or something, and then a bunch of other cartoon characters show up, and it's just like, oh, it's every cartoon character, right? But then they all just have anime powers, like they all have like they all just have like fucking Hunter x Hunter shit, and that's fine. There's nothing necessarily wrong with that, but at that point, it's kind of like, oh, any of these characters could have anime powers, so it doesn't matter which characters you picked for this thing. You just kind of pick randomly, right? So it's just like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that it's Bugs Bunny. It doesn't matter that it's Mickey Mouse. Like there's no, the reason why these characters have these abilities or why they do the things they do is not connected to the character you're using.
It's just kind of a novelty.
The story.
You just thought you probably were just mad-libbing it, and there's nothing wrong with that necessarily, but that's kind of not what, like, I don't know. I don't.
But I bet that you creating something that you feel is adjacent to it makes this feel like more of a corruption of what you've done, and that probably makes you feel more hostility towards it, right? Because
I have a similar example.
Not too much hostility, but I want to say I think the good version of Scuba and Shag is something like Tails Gets Trolled.
I was about to bring that up. I love Tails Gets Trolled.
Because Tails Gets Trolled,
genuine, right? It's honest.
Yeah, because my favorite kind of pieces of work are like when something feels like no one else could have made it, you know?
Dude, okay, now you're freaking agreeing with me. I've been saying this the whole podcast.
No, like I can agree with you. Yeah, I agree with that. It's just that, you know, like.
There we go. Thank you for coming.
Stop. Julian, you were about to say something.
Yeah, Julian, we're gonna say we're gonna say Tails Gets Trolled, or we're gonna bring up something else.
Well, as you guys were describing your critiques of Scoob and Shag, I was thinking of that one YouTuber, Maxor, and his, like, you know, explained incorrectly videos.
Who's
like,
Maxor? Let's Google this guy, Maxor.
He's a guy that does, like, video game explainer videos, but, like, they're, like, deeply entrenched in, like, meme iconography. But, like, it is just him throwing stuff at the wall.
Can I has cheeseburger?
And, like, it doesn't really like give you any sort of insight about the game that he's talking about.
Julian, you like this stuff?
I don't like it.
He's not like his dad.
No, I'm just nagging you. I'm sorry. I'm watch it. If you like it, it's fine.
So that's why I know so much about it, because people will show it to me. And it's like, okay, well, I like you, so I will entertain this.
You love this YouTube channel. What the hell?
Oh, you're talking about video game.
Any substance that you would otherwise get from the medium that he is making use of
1.13 million
mostly
subs.
Absent.
I think putting numbers on things like likes and subs and listens and all that.
Oh yeah, 1000%, dude.
And I think that it's ruined the trajectory of art for humanity.
I think
I think you're right.
I think there's still always going to be those artists who could like figure it out and make it work, which is
I mean that's the ethos, right? Like that's the ethos.
In a perfect society, I would want something like a worker cooperative like social media, because at that point, like it just makes enough money to just exist, so you don't have to kowtow to like.
I think in a perfect society, I don't think.
I mean, true, right? But I'm saying like. Oh, I could realistically see
money.
I could realistically see a worker cooperative exist like before like moneyless society, you know. Okay, well, that's semi-perfect.
I think the perfect
your world is more
for me is the land where the Na'vi live, Pandora.
Hard agree. Finally, now we could agree on something.
When I was younger, there was a art collective called the Poppin' Cast. And it was basically like an early version of what we now conceptualize as a social network. Everyone there was an artist, and we all like talked and shared our stuff. Mm-hmm. And if there were any like costs that were associated with like keeping the forum up, everyone would contribute.
Oh, that's kind of cool, actually.
Mm-hmm.
It's dead now, so that
every art group I've ever been a part of has fallen apart and was like a messy breakup.
That's that's
not
why
my fault though.
That's why I don't run with art groups. I just have the cheesy collective in my brain that random people who show their loyalty to me will be rewarded eventually in the cheesy empire, of course.
Yeah, when I say me and the boys, it's just whoever happens to be standing at me at any given point in time.
Yep.
Hey, but the boys, that's the original social media. It's hanging with the boys.
That's
exactly.
True, yeah. That Illuminati Harvard frat stuff, yeah.
Yeah, we didn't have social media when I was a kid. We just had the boys, and we hanged around that green box.
Do you think the Freemasons were a social media?
Obviously.
They still exist.
Yeah, they're still around. They got buildings.
I don't know what to think about the Freemasons. Right there. There's the other day I went on like a Freemason subreddit, and it was just like 20-year-old nerds hanging out with like 80-year-old men. It was like me and the gang chilling. It's like, man, this sucks.
That's kind of the reality of it. Like, because I'm gonna say this. I'm very like anti-conspiracy theory. Like, I feel like a lot of people default into believing conspiracy theories.
Really,
but
quick,
I'm
let's
like,
pause. let's pause right there. Yeah, let's pause right there.
This.
So what conspiracy theories do you believe in?
I don't believe in any.
What are your thoughts on Epstein?
Oh, the pedophile shit. No, that's true. Actually,
okay. So you believe in like the biggest conspiracy?
Why is that
but here's my belief. My belief is like if you're rich enough to get away with pedophilia, I feel like you're obviously a pedophile.
Wait. So you're saying everyone that's rich is a pedophile?
I'm saying if you could get away with it.
If you were rich, you would be a pedophile?
I didn't say that. And I'm not planning to become rich anyway. What I'm saying is that
if you don't want to become a pedophile,
if you have the money to like get away with it, right?
Julian, I would edit this out if I were you.
Yeah,
I'm not saying I would become a fucking pedophile because I'm not a fucking pedophile, but I'm not saying
that I would be a pedophile, but
see, now you're putting words in my mouth because you can't argue with what I'm actually fucking
Julian,
saying.
edit this out, please.
No, Julian, keep
this
the tapes
for the sake of your own podcast.
Okay, so I guess what I mean is I can say this now because but I got into an argument with someone who believed into. Do you guys know about the water powered car?
No, it sounds funny though.
Okay, so there was this one guy who supposedly made a water-powered car. He took it all around the U.S. and he's like, "Oh, look, a water-powered car," and they're like, "Oh,
what year was this?"
It was, I think, early 70s, late 60s, maybe.
Oh, yeah, dude. I was gonna say, man, that sounds like a weird like pre-internet thing.
It was post the first oil crisis.
Okay,
right, because and this guy, so. The backstory is that this guy was a former like NASA scientist. He had a bunch of patents in several things. I can't recall specifically what. And so during the oil crisis, he was trying to develop a car that ran on water, right? And he claims that he did it. And he would go around like kind of like a sideshow attraction and show off his water-powered car. Mm-hmm. He got a bunch of investors who were interested in it. But eventually they sued him to hell because he couldn't like promise on what he fucking could deliver, you know. There's a bunch of, and the thing is that ultimately he never sold it because I think got hit up by like Saudi Arabia, by someone in Saudi Arabia, but he wouldn't sell it to them. Anyway,
classic SNK owners, Saudi Arabia.
So basically he died because apparently he got a brain aneurysm, but right before he died he claimed that he was poisoned by the government. He claimed that he was poisoned by the government. So now there's this meme, and you see it a lot where every
here's
the thing. No, I don't believe he was. I believe he was a charlatan. I believe he was a scammer, and that's why he got like sued to hell from all his investors because he couldn't deliver.
I mean, they didn't kill Elon Musk.
Well, he's a fucking idiot, and they don't need to kill him.
No, but I'm saying, I mean, he is a charlatan. So if they kill charlatans,
no, they don't kill charlatans.
That's a pretty good. Wait, no, they don't kill charlatans.
Well,
but
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm agreeing with you.
So okay. Hold on. Yeah. I'm doing the math. Okay.
The thing is that a water powered car.
So I'm not going to get killed.
Elon Musk is a charlatan.
A water powered car is like a weird phrase to say, you know, because it's kind of like
It's inherently funny.
It's like what they're saying is that they're splitting hydrogen atoms in a vehicle, and
when they make a hydrogen bomb, isn't that what an H bomb is?
You know what would have been better was a plane, and then they could have called it a hydroplane.
What I'm saying is that as it goes, I think it's something called electrosynthesis or something like that. It's a scientific thing, but basically like it's splitting up hydrogen atoms in the water, and the energy that's being released is what powers the car, right? And the thing, this guy was marketing that, oh, you could get any old water, like any water, you just put it in your car and it drives, right?
Water the house.
That being said, many like scientists have tried to like recreate what this guy is saying, and it does create energy, but not enough to power a car. Now, the thing is that if you wanted to actually have a car that like is powered by water, you have to
steam, right?
No, that's like a fucking train. No, that's coal. That's like that's burning coal. No, but what I'm saying is that if you want to have a car that's powered by water, you're gonna have to build the car to be the size of a power plant. It's gonna have to be a huge fucking car.
That's because a car.
Hey, bigger cars. That's a good
bigger
idea.
Cars, bigger roads, you know?
Imagine like buses were just like huge
That'd be
power
really
plants, and all public transportation was just like these huge.
There's,
Like Final Fantasy, like with the.
There's your next sci-fi story right there. Power plant powered buses.
Oh,
steampunk.
Snowpiercer.
Nuclear punk. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
Snowpiercer.
Snowpiercer. Was it like bugs?
I've never seen it. I have it downloaded.
Snowpiercer was doing like a perpetual motion thing that was secretly
Shout out to Snowpiercer.
powered by children in the movie.
Shout out to Snowpiercer.
And I forget how it was powered in the comic. That being said, I don't believe
Snowpiercer comic.
Yeah, it was based on a comic. Yeah.
French.
It was a
French make pretty good comics.
Yeah, French are pretty like
French
10 out of 10
comics.
when it comes to comics.
Yeah, they're pretty good at it because over there it's not.
They respect
It's a
comics.
respectable medium. Yeah,
Yeah, they
it's
respect
respectable.
comics, unlike over here.
It's like Japanese.
exactly.
Have you seen that viral tweet going on? And it's like an image of like a shelf of a manga aisle. And
Yeah, I tweeted about it. Are you talking about? You talking about my little? I made like a little response image to it.
No, I didn't see your response. Should I pull that up now?
I think that tweet is fucking stupid. Because it's really is kind of like Doom saying the whole fucking like oh wow, Western comics are dying, and it's like, well, they've been dying since the 90s, so
Yeah,
Nothing's
arguably
gonna-
before then.
yeah, nothing's gonna fucking happen.
Also, any hate towards manga is probably tinged a little bit by
Well, they weren't hating on manga.
Manga, yeah.
It was pro manga.
anti-comics.
It was like pro manga. Yeah.
I love manga.
I don't care. People really the racism.
Yeah, I agree.
Stop.
Stop Asian hate.
No shout out to racism in
true.
this ep.
Okay, well, anyway, here's
Wait, hold on. I'm looking at your tweet.
I put in the
It's a guy
VC
wearing a
chat.
copium mask.
Read it.
He's
Can you
wearing a
read it
copium
out
mask.
loud?
He says Western comics are dying. It's way more manga than Cape shit in Barnes and Noble. Stupid. Your hobby is dead. All you have is stupid MCU movies. No one reads your superhero shit. So stop right now. Admit it. And and it says the F word. I love comics, but
Which F word?
The slur. And it's looking
The
at
slur,
Love and
okay.
Rockets by the Hernandez brothers. Mega Hex. And Alan Moore. We got Pinky Pepper Forever. Pinky.
Pinky and Pepper Forever.
Yeah, I've read that. That's good.
That was good. I'm friends with the creator.
No way.
I've had him on this podcast before too.
Add them in this episode right now.
Nah, you
Just call them up.
nah. Maybe next time, buddy. Maybe next time. You get ahead of yourself.
All right, I'm sorry.
Is that your most famous person on the
he's
podcast?
I've had
famous,
do you guys know Yellow
yes.
Swag Studios?
Bill Cosby?
I had a
No.
Pan Pizza on.
No,
Pan Pizza. I've had a
Pan Pizza. I know Pan Pizza.
I don't know.
Yep, you know Pan Pizza, the YouTuber.
Yeah, I like
Yeah,
that theme song he's got.
I'm friends with him.
Jam Time.
Friends with him. He's a bud of mine.
It's juice and jam time.
Do you want to meet Pan Pizza? I'll organize a meeting if you want to
Yeah,
meet
get
him.
him in here.
We'll do a 10-person episode one of these days with just everybody.
Let's do it. Is Michael Neptune invited in that one?
I don't know if Michael wants to come
I don't
on.
know.
It's pretty chill.
If we were to grade Michael on how he's been doing this episode.
Okay, you know what? If you I'll say if you read all the comics I posted on that meme that I made, we'll get you, both of you guys back.
I've read
on.
some of them. Love and Rockets is freaking long though, dude. That's like 30.
You gotta read some of-
long time for that.
You just got to read some of Love and Rockets. I remember they have like compilations based on specific characters. There was one I read when I was a kid about, there was a character, I think her name was like Lupa or Loba, and she had like huge titties. She had like massive jugs.
Yeah, she has her own miniseries, right?
Yeah, I read all of her books because she had like huge like knockers, and I was.
Is that what you read it?
That's my thing. Yeah, that's my thing. That's my thing.
You
I'm
know,
a
I'm
titty
actually
guy.
blind. I can't see stuff like that.
Yeah, because yeah, me too. I'm blind because on this podcast, do you know what the catchphrase is of this podcast? Do you want to guess?
It's oh no, is that titties? I can't look
Close,
at that.
close. What do you think it is, Buff?
Judge not, lest he be judged.
Okay, that's pretty close to Julian. Can you tell him what the catchphrase is? Yep. We love women.
Yeah. I remember
That's the
that from last
catchphrase.
episode. Yeah,
Yep,
yeah. I remember that
that's-
from last episode.
How many women have you had?
I
on
can count
this
with
podcast?
one hand how many women we've had on.
I guess I don't love women that much then.
How many?
That's messed up.
Okay, but I've had plenty of women on the podcast, and then those women transition into men, and then I have them back on the podcast. So you know,
I don't know what to. I don't know what
so
to
they're
say
not women.
to that at all.
okay, I had one,
How many women have you
One.
had on the pod?
2,
One,
3,
two.
4. That's about it. We've only had 4 women. Now we got to fix that. I'm trying to get I was trying to get Mimi Ori on, but she'll come on when she's finished drawing the comic that we're both working on.
Who's Mimi Oreo? Who is that?
You don't know Mimi? You don't know Among Us Girl?
No,
Really classic comic Among Us Girl.
I know who Mario is. I know Mario and Luigi and Bowser.
Among Us is like a day old. How could anything related to Among
Don't
Us
you
be
know the
classic?
classic meme Among Us? No,
Yeah,
I know
Among
Mario
Us-
and Luigi and Doki Doki Panic.
You know Among Us Girl? Damn, that's a shame.
No, is it like a horny thing? Because I'm not.
No, it's not. It's just this girl who really likes Among Us, and she's
Hold on, let me
like,
Google it.
I'm gonna. I'll,
Yeah, if I Google Among Us girl, will she pop up?
yeah, maybe. Anyway, here's
Among Us girl, the complete
Know your
saga.
meme.
Is that
Here's
her?
here's Mimi Ori's Twitter. I posted it in the voice call.
If
Yeah.
this
I
is
see.
if this is the first result, wow, yeah. So if you look up Among Us girl, she really is the first result. That's impressive.
Nice,
That's kind of lit, actually.
Yeah, there's a
that's
know
sick.
your meme
nice.
page. Yeah, I've
No,
never
she's
seen this
cool. She's
before.
she's rad as fuck. I wrote a script for a horror comic, and she's currently drawing it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, we're gonna make the big bucks with that one.
Yeah, me and Michael, we literally only know about Degrassi. We know once again, we know about Mario and Luigi and Bowser as well. What else do we know about? We know about Vita. We play PlayStation Vita. We play a lot of Vita.
I know some theory.
That's true. We know about
Nice.
Marxism.
That's true. We're pretty pro socialist on here.
You're
That's
pretty
fine.
pro-socialist, or you are pro-socialist?
I am pro socialist.
I'm not.
Are you more of a Marxist or a Maoist? Do you think? Because it's kind of the thing I've been
I'm probably
trying
more
to
of a
juggle
Marxist, to be honest, than a Maoist.
lately. Yeah. What about you, Julian? Sure.
The
Sounds like
classic
propaganda,
Cartoon Network
For sure.
mind changer. Yeah, that happened to me all the time.
Yeah, like I used to
I
think.
used to be really into Malcolm X, and then I watched Out of Jimmy's Head. Now I'm anti-Malcolm.
I used to be into capitalism, and then I stopped watching Ed, Edd and Eddie, and I'm like, wait a second, capitalism isn't good. It isn't good.
That's a Canadian cartoon.
Exactly. Should have been obvious.
Cheesy, have you read my comic Strikeout?
Not yet.
Oh damn!
I-
You didn't do your homework.
Well, here's the thing. You really jumped in. You didn't give me time to read your comic. I'm a busy man. I'm
do you
making
mean?
my own comics.
That's true.
I'm like constantly
true.
pumping them out. I'm like in the middle of like 3 different comics right now.
I don't expect anyone to read my comic.
No, I'll read it. And when next time you come back on,
When am I going to be back on next week?
No. Hell no.
Tomorrow?
What the fuck? What the
I'm busy
no,
tomorrow.
what the
You want
hell?
to do like in 2 days, 3 days?
You're probably going to be.
How often do you?
This is a
how often
weekly
do you do
show.
this?
Yeah, so I'll be back next week. So if you're listening to this,
Yeah.
Do you always have guests, or is this
Sometimes
just
it's
you and Julian
me
here?
and Julian. We try to at least get one guy on.
not women though.
That makes it
One guy,
easier,
no
right?
women.
We'll have women on.
One guy,
we'll have
yeah.
women on.
I think
One day.
Julian.
We'll get
I think
there. We'll get
Julian
there.
should have like a segment. Oh, sorry, Julian. I'm interrupting you.
What do you say, Julian?
So I'm pretty sure I was supposed to describe, this is me in the editing bay. I was supposed to be describing like a tongue-in-cheek, mildly sexist joke about like grabbing women and like putting them into the podcast. I'm not sure what happened, but my audio just like completely cut out here, and I have not found like where it's supposed to be. But yeah, whatever I said, it was very funny and cool. My apologies.
Nice.
I don't know if I would call it feelers.
My audio is kind of fucked up. I thought you said insane clown pussy.
You're gonna. It's just. It's not right.
I know a lot of women. They're all clown women, but I'm gonna put them on my clown.
I know a clown woman
podcast
too, dude.
They're gonna be on.
Like juggalettes?
No,
Like
not just juggalettes. I know an assortment of clown. I have a spectrum of clown. I'm
It's
down
a
with the
whole
clown.
thing.
Yes,
Like the clown aesthetic's a whole thing.
dude. I have a clown sona. I'm a clown guy.
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
But and you listen to it
I
and say
listen to it once in a while. I'm more of like a like sad clown Mexican music kind of guy.
Why? Wait,
like
really quick,
Fernandez,
really
but
quick.
he's wearing clown
Like,
makeup or
why?
something.
Why does Lin-Manuel Miranda sound like ICP? Like they rap the same. Why is that?
I don't know. Racism.
Interesting.
Okay, well, guys, we're gonna.
Wait. Are you wrapping this up?
Yeah, we're wrapping
this up
it
right now. I got more to say.
Wait, you know,
I got more to say.
Okay, you know what? How about this? We have an ending question, and you guys can give your take. But
Okay, but I don't want Michael to hog all my time. So
all right.
No.
I won't say anything. I won't answer
I
the
feel like you
question.
should say your thing, but I'll say my thing first, or you can go first if you want to go first.
No, you're just saying.
I think okay. So the question is, who deserves to get canceled this week? You got to pick one person or what type of person that deserves to get canceled.
I remember you asked this in the episode I listened to.
Yeah. And while you guys think of someone, I think I'm gonna cancel people who make tweets like this. This tweet I posted that's from Ursula K.
Java?
Yeah, Java Jigga.
I like that guy.
I every time I see them pop up on my feed, it's always an annoying ass tweet. I don't know.
He is annoying and he's kind of a contrarian, but I think I kind of like that.
I don't like them because they're conflating fucking. Later in this thread, they posted a tweet something like, "Oh, they could be publishing the complete works of Jack Kirby, but they're doing the 80th reprinting of Walking Dead." And
they're very incendiary, and I kind of admire it that they always just shoot from the hip.
It's a fucking stupid ass tweet because like, dude, the people who are publishing Walking Dead don't own Jack Kirby. They don't own the Jack Kirby material. They can't publish it. What the fuck kind of
Jack
tweet
Kirby
is this?
was an Image founder with Jim Lee.
He was an honorary Image founder.
You know it's bait.
It's 100. Well, I want to say it's 100% bait.
He inspired.
Bait. So Java's being canceled. So
yeah,
we decided to cancel a black man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because you know because anyone could be an idiot. You know, I know that idiots are human and black people are human. Yeah, so you know anyone could be an idiot, right?
Damn. Oh, all right. Julian, will you please edit out when I brought up the race of the tweeter?
No, Julian, keep that in, Julian. Because
what Cheesy said was true. Race has nothing to do with it. It's got nothing to do with it. I shouldn't have brought it up.
Okay, so who's got...
This is a pro-race podcast.
It's a pro-race podcast. Yeah, we love races.
I don't know how I feel about
that. All right, who's got someone they want to cancel?
I have one.
All right.
This is I hope a juicy one. The creators of twitterfollowers.site need to be canceled with extreme prejudice. These people are going around tricking people to like logging into their website with their Twitter accounts, and then they have some sort of mechanism where after you give them permission to use your Twitter account to, according to their website, it's an application that allows you to see people who have checked your profile.
Oh, that classic
These types
grift.
of applications are created by making use of the broad measurement awareness of the software, but really all it does is it goes to everyone that you're following and then sends you a tweet or like DM to a similar scam, which I'm assuming they're using to like either boost maybe some sort of like arbitrary SEO number, or the long-term plan is to steal access to your account.
I love a good
But
grift.
like, this website is so fake looking. I don't understand how people are like getting scammed by it. Like, oh yes, I would love to see who's stalking my public Twitter profile.
Best stock.
Like,
What is best stock? Who looked my profile? Who looked my profile? How to use best stock?
Yeah, I don't trust no website where it wants you to log into your Twitter or into
Advantage of
anything.
using the best stock.
It feels like a dead.
very hard lesson to learn.
It feels like a dead giveaway that this shit is like fucking trying to like get into your account. You know? Yeah,
There
they
was
deserve to get
really good
canceled.
Twitter-
Fuck them.
There was a good Twitter site they had to log into that like you could follow like block lists. I liked that one.
I got. No, I'll bring that up in another episode.
Were you added onto a block list?
I think so because
Like
I
a
got
clown block list?
I got blocked by Your Movie Sucks on Twitter, and I don't know why. I don't know what if I.
Your Movie Sucks is
That's okay.
very annoying.
I like the guy.
I'm tired of everyone making stuff that's just like, I'm
Yeah.
mad at this thing, or like,
This
thing is
sucks.
this is, you know what?
I'm like if the nostalgia critic had a baby with the
Gotcha.
angry video game nerd. Go away, dude. Go away.
I bet you're mad that I don't like the thing that you like. Gotcha.
Is that who you
I
want to
got your
cancel this
clicks.
week, or those people?
No, absolutely not. I'm saving my cancel for someone else.
No, I
Who do you
have,
wanna
I have
cancel?
somebody, but
because I don't have one yet.
only if I'm allowed to say mine.
All right, go ahead,
Okay,
Michael.
I have one.
Why?
No, take it back, dude. Take it back. Take it back.
Why do you want to cancel her?
She's gorgeous.
Well, because I figured we should have
Yeah,
a woman
true.
on the list. After all the sexism earlier, I figured
I thought
we should
Java-
cancel a woman. And I was trying to find the video game Ben Shapiro. There was like a tweet going around where it was like the new Daily Wire Ben Shapiro gamer, whatever.
Oh, yeah,
is like
the-
a
Oh,
female
right,
Ben
right.
Shapiro.
Oh, yeah, I know who
I
you're
think I
talking
sent
about.
you that on Twitter.
So then I was like, you know who's a female Ben Shapiro? Abby Shapiro. So
I know
she's
her and her
canceled.
husband play video games too, and they talk about it, and they're like, actually, these games are pro conservative values. Actually, they're
It
not.
would be cool if Abby Shapiro
Is it okay
cosplayed
to cancel them?
as Tifa Lockhart. It would be cool.
Abby, oh, she would make such a perfect Tifa Lockhart. We should like petition that.
And like, I'm not being horny. I'm not.
You can be horny on this podcast. It's
No,
fine.
I'm not.
What about,
I'm not.
What
I just want you guys to know
about
I'm
her?
not.
What about her do you think would
She's
be
got black hair.
good?
Yeah,
She's
being
She's got
Tifa
black
Lockhart?
hair and
she's Jewish like Tifa.
I thought Tifa was Italian.
I don't
Like,
think
you can be
Tifa's
Italian
Jewish.
Jewish.
Why you gotta bring up
Mussolini wiped out the Italian Jews
Is that a
too.
race?
Who do you want to cancel, Buff?
I would like to cancel myself. The first step to I look. I wouldn't say what I'm doing is Christ-like, right? But the first step to really becoming more like Christ is to admit that sometimes you're wrong, and to admit that sometimes you've made mistakes, and then to grow from those mistakes. And that's why today I am throwing myself on the altar. I am canceled. But like a phoenix, I will rise from the ashes, a new man, an improved man.
Are you saying I'm crucified like my savior? Saint-like
Yes.
behavior.
Yes.
You know that song?
Is this a rap? Is this like epic?
No,
rap
it's a
battles
song.
like
It's a song by the band Army of Love.
Is it a-
Crucified.
Is that like
You know that
Abraham Lincoln raps against Yertle the Turtle? Is that
No, it's
is that what
fucking. It's like a early '90s song. Army of Love.
Oh.
Crucified. You know that song?
Are you guys into rap?
Yeah,
What kind of rap do you like?
I like Tyler the Creator.
Insane clown pussy.
I can never really get into Tyler.
Really? Is it because you're racist?
No,
I saw.
no, I think I just kind of
I
missed
saw
me
it.
too.
live.
Yeah, I don't think it's too late. I think my favorite Tyler album was the second to last one he made, which was Igor. I like that one a lot.
I should listen to that.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, Igor was good.
Yeah, yeah.
Igor's good.
Okay, and
I
you know
like Vince
with
Staples a lot.
and with
I like
that
Vince.
And with that, we're at the end of the podcast.
Who sings that?
We're at the end of the podcast now. I gotta get going.
Wait. Oh,
no, we already did the question.
I would like to cancel myself.
Yeah.
I want to cancel Tyler the Creator because he said
that's okay. He's bisexual.
Stuff. Like,
is he really
10 years ago?
Yeah.
10 years ago.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Bi as in canceled.
Yeah, I'm bisexual. I could tell by looking at other men. I could tell they're bisexual.
Is that true? Is that a thing?
Do you think Insane Clown Posse
they're
is bisexual?
pretty pro LGBT, so yeah.
Whoop whoop.
At this time, yes. At this time.
Okay, so I gotta get going because I gotta run an errand.
Well, thank you everyone for joining.
Thank you for joining the Gangfight podcast.
Wait. Where do you have to go? Where are you going?
Oh wait. I'm not answering that fucking question. Okay, Buff, Gangfight, Michael, where do you want people to follow you? What do you want to shill? Do that now.
Go to gang-fight.com. We got a wide array of things for you to enjoy. Go to
there's some pretty good comics.
You haven't read my comics. Gang-fight.com.
I can tell they're good. I skimmed them. I'm like, this looks like the work of a genius. I'll decipher it later.
The comics I have on my website are actually.
I recommend everyone read Cactus City.
Oh yeah,
Cactus City. Yeah, Cactus City. Cactus City. That's one of mine.
Oh, by the way, Gang Fight over here, Buff, drew the new main character coon mascot for the video of the podcast, which is on screen right now. Yeah.
I didn't know that I was doing it at the time. You were just like, "Hey, draw this," and I was like, "Okay."
It looks really good. Good job. Good job, Buff.
Thank you.
Michael, do you have anything you want to plug? You want to plug anything, Michael?
Beautiful. Yeah, Gang-Fight.
You want to plug anything, Julian? Julian.
Yes, follow me on VQCD_official.
All right, and I'm Cheesymanfredo. I'm Cheesymanfredo. Pre-order Mick Pagliacci now. As the time of making this video, we're working on a motion comic with voice actors. So you could, if you can't read,
who's we?
I am, motherfucker. I'm a person.
Gangfight.
I'm a collective of myself, basically. Anyway, so
That's
thanks.
Ethos.
Thanks for listening, guys. Bye.
Watch Blade Runner. Have you guys seen Blade Runner?